Grace and peace, St. Luke's. In many ways, I've been involved in ministry with children over the years of my ministry. And of course, that starts at home, having raised 3 children with Janet and experienced the joy of 4 grandchildren so personally. And our life with the children, all of us, any of us who touch a child's life, that's a vocation, that's a ministry. I've also been involved in helping form a program for the ELCA called Women and Children in Poverty. And we were able to design and fund many programs that help the most vulnerable of children and their mothers. I've been involved in working with children who are unaccompanied as they make the journey, try to make the journey to this country. And I've been involved in ministries with children who are sometimes with their mothers, sometimes by themselves in shelters or immigration detention. Ministry with children has included ministry in congregations with 3 schools where every day ministry with children was front and center. Now I'm with you, and the aspiration in our strategic plan, in the calling of Pastor Sally, and on our minds now in our call committee in our future is ministry, premier ministry with women and children. Through all these years, I'm really haunted with one main question, and that is, what do children need? What do children need not only to survive, but to thrive? And of course, there are many things, but I think a few come front and center. And I have done some writing and speaking and training on what children need. So just for us, as we think about our ministry to and with children, our own children at St. Luke's, the children in our neighborhood, and all children throughout the world, I think front and center is a spiritual identity, an identity, especially these days where young people are exposed to so much and invited to actually curate their own identities, to network with other identities. Children need to know who they are, whose they are. And that's one of the things that I think our congregation does beautifully. An identity, beginning in our baptism. You are my beloved child. Second, I think children need safety, security. That's not a small thing as we send our children and grandchildren to school and wonder if they'll come home again with all the school shootings. It was heartbreaking to see in our school at St. Luke in Chicago, children practicing drills where they have to hide under tables, nursery and kindergarten children. But it's a big reality. Our children need safety. Their bodies are too often battered. Do you notice the skin hunger of young people when they're around adults they trust? They're always reaching out, touching. The need for safety and holy carnal touch is primal. Safety, security. I believe the children today need advocates and justice. Every bill in state, town, or national budgets that has a part of their budget for children needs advocacy. Children in Illinois who don't have health care. SNAP, food stamps. Children need advocacy, and they need justice. That includes people who fight for their schools to be better. It includes opportunities when children graduate for education, for jobs. Children need people in their corner. And we can be a church, and we are a church known as advocates for children, especially the most vulnerable. What else do children need? I think children need strong relationships. They need community. They need to know they belong. And church is one of the few places where gifts are given across the generations. We learn to worship by watching our elders. On Sunday mornings, I've said this before, our father had the easy job. He played the organ. Our mother had to sit with us 5 kids, bribe us with Fruit Loops and crayons. And when things really got out of control, the lady behind us would give us chiclets. We called her the gum lady. But over the years, watching my mother and my elders worship, I learned about the holy. Church as community. Our church, which helped us as we were growing up, members of the church, to find jobs, to be appreciated when we did something in academics or sports or in the arts. A community with you. And I think we do that well here. What else do children need? I think everyone needs a noble vision, an idea of the kind of person they want to be, the kind of way they want to be in the world. We are all gifted, and we respond to a noble vision. And finally, I think children need resurrection hope. They need that perspective that what God has done in Christ, in the world, in their lives, and in the lives of those they love, what God has done in Christ means that in our baptism, the only death we ever have to fear is already behind us. We can live courageously and openly, loving God and loving neighbor. So those are a few of the things that I think that children need. Spiritual identity, safety, security, advocates and justice, strong community and relationships, a noble vision, and the hope of resurrection. I'm sure there's a lot more. What's on your list? Let's keep talking about this, for it's central to our mission. What do our children need?